Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you my answers for the questions in the Guilty Reader book tag. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Also, before getting into the video, I have to tell this. Many people think that this t-shirt means current minion, but it doesn't. It actually means current mood, which you can't see as it's hanging down below there. So let's just get into the questions right now. The first question is, have you ever regifted a book that you've been given? The answer for this is no, because I actually feel a personal connection with books that are being given or gifted to me. Suppose if I have like multiple copies of a single book, then I'll give them away to someone. I'll not essentially gift it to someone. I'll try to give it to them as a compliment or to a lover of books who can actually love books as much as I do. And there are also certain copies of books which I have given to some of my very special friends, okay, because I know that they'll take good care of those books forever in the future. That's one of the main reasons why I just give certain books to certain people, and I don't ever re-gift the books that I get to other people. Question number 2, have you ever said that you've read a book that you actually haven't? The answer for this is also no, because I always try to be as honest as I can when it comes to my reading. I've always been asked whether I have read The Alchemist and The Secret for like years, and my answer always has been no, because I've managed to read both of those books only this year. Out of those, Secret was great. I just ate it up. Okay, I'm going to read it again pretty soon. And The Alchemist, I didn't like it that much. I don't know whether I'll be reading it because it didn't gel in any way to me. But my brother, he's like a huge fan of the book, so I'll try to read it again, at least for him, because I want to love it as much as he does. And that's it. I don't actually tell that I have read a book when I have not read it. Question number 3, have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it? The embarrassing answer for this is that actually yes, and it is not something which I have done in a conscious way. Okay, while I was a child, I used to visit the library with my mother, and she used to let me borrow like a book or two from the library. What happened once is that we changed homes from that locality to another one, and what happened is that suddenly all of a sudden we didn't return the books. We knew that only after like several months after shifting to the new home. It's not this one, okay, it's something way too in the past. So I don't even remember what those books were. I don't even know think that I have those books until now, but I have not returned those books. I have borrowed, and essentially I have not returned those books as a whole. Question number 4, have you ever read a series out of order? Technically, yes, but in a literal sense, no, because I've read the second book in the Fantastic Beasts series by J.K. Rowling, but I've not read the first book. I watched the first movie, and I know that these books are not those which have anything that is out of the movies, okay? The thing that is actually shown in the movies is given word by word in the books, because it's just the screenplay of the movie. So essentially, I didn't read the first book, but I went on to the second book anyway. That's mainly because I knew the entire story of the first book, and that's why I read the second book. The final answer for this one is yes, because I have read a series out of order. Now, anytime I read the first book in the future, it will be after the time that I read the second book. So I have read series out of order, technically. 5, have you ever spoiled a book for someone? This too, it is an embarrassing yes, because the book that I spoiled is such a great book. I actually spoiled The Fault in Our Stars, okay, but I didn't do it in a conscious way. I didn't do it intentionally, because I was keeping on telling in my videos that The Fault in Our Stars has this epic twist in the end, and so on. My friend, he's my best friend, he actually read it after I recommended it in multiple videos, and he said that due to the fact that I was continuously stressing that it had a twist towards the end, he actually guessed the twist before the end came itself, and it was kind of like a spoiler let out by me, but I didn't do it in an intentional way. So technically, I have spoiled a book for someone. Question number 6, have you ever dog-eared a book? The answer for this question is that write this question in a piece of paper, burn it, and throw the ashes in the dustbin. Okay, that's the best answer that I can give for this question, because it is such an offensive question if you ask me as a reader. Because dog-earing books, that's like the worst thing that you can do. It's like breaking your hand or at the wrist and just letting it hang by and letting you deal with it. It's just like that. Dog-earing books is something like that to me, and I never do that, and I'll also never do that in the future. If I ever lend a book to someone, and if I find a page dog-eared, I'm going to show them how hell actually looks like. Okay, I'm that much offended when I hear that phrase, that is dog-earing books. Please don't do that if you're doing that. Question number 7, have you ever told someone that you don't own a book when you actually do? Actually, I have, because books are some things that are personal to me. So when certain irresponsible people actually ask me for certain books, I tell them that I don't have it because I don't want to give my book to them, make them read it, and get it returned in a spoiled way or in a ruined way. The books matter to me more than those kind of irresponsible people. So I do lie to such kind of people. I know I won't ever tell who are those irresponsible people, and will not ever tell what are the books that I've lied about to others. So this is the truth. I do tell lies that I don't have books while I have them with me, because I don't want them ruined in any way. Number 8. Have you ever told someone that you haven't read a book when you actually have? The answer for this is also no. I'm actually always transparent of what I actually read. Let it be anything. It might be something that a person doesn't like at all, or it might be something totally subjective to people. Okay, some people might be totally offended by it, but I might like the book. But I'm not going to shut it out and say that I'm not read the book. I'm always transparent. If you don't like it, that's fine and good. But if I like it, I like it. It's fine and good with me as well. And I don't care what others think of what I read. So I don't ever lie about the books that I have read. Question number 9. Have you ever skipped a chapter or a section of a book? Technically, yes, here also, because nowadays I don't ever skim through books or skip any chapters, because it doesn't give me the fulfillment of reading the entire book. Okay, but while I was a child, while I was very little, when I when I was reading like huge books at that time were like 200-300 pages for me, and I used to skim through things which I didn't think were necessary. But even then, it didn't give me that feeling of fulfillment that I have completed reading books. So now I don't ever skim or skip any parts of a book, because I think everything requires attention, right? A person has put out their effort in writing certain stuff, and it's not respectable to skip such stuff and then move on to certain other parts of the same book. So I always try to read throughout a book when I'm reading it. Question number 10, the final question. Have you ever badmouthed about a book that you actually like? The answer for this is also no. You might, if you have been watching my channel, you know that if I start liking a book, I almost recommend it in each and every effing video, because I'm a person like that. Okay, if I like something, I try to spread that goodness to everyone around me. I've actually compelled my brother to read some books, and he's currently reading the Fortuna Stars, which is great, because he wants to watch Dil Bechara, and I'm also going to reread the book because I want to have a fresh memory of the story while I watch the movie. That's it, because I don't ever lie about or badmouth books that I actually like. I actually overhype them and make other people read and feel a bit down about it, but I never speak bad about books that I actually like. So those were all the 10 questions in the Guilty Reader book tag. I'll drop them all in the description. So if you want to answer some of the questions, do let the answers in the comment section, because I'd like to read and know them. And that's it for today. If you did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.